I am fired up today. We have, because I just love her social handle, Wi-Fi Mommy. Easy to remember. You can't forget it. I'm so excited. She's got a smile that's contagious. I had a horrible night of sleep last night, and I came on and I saw her face light up, and I'm ready for the day, ready for the interview, and I'm so excited. Before that, I bring her on, though, if you are brand new to the show, because we have a lot of people that are brand new to our community. We got a lot of new sales and new people joining the challenge every day. If you would like a text message when we go live Monday through Friday with Wake Up Legendary, please text the letters WUL to 813-296-8553. At that number, we won't text you any other time. We just send you a quick little text with a link to the live stream so you can hop in and join us live. It goes out about 3 to 4 minutes after we go live each morning. So be sure to join our text messages and never miss an episode of Wake Up Legendary. All right. Without further ado, I have to bring her on. I'm super excited. Please welcome Janice to the show. Good morning, Janice.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Doing well. We are in the car. I love the car. It's a
Thank
beautiful
you.
car.
Thank
But
you.
we're in the car. Is that the best acoustics? The best way to get away from family?
Yes, yeah, we're actually on a vacation right now, and so we're staying with family. So I didn't want to wake them up.
I totally get it. I have done Wake Up Legendary from weird little corners of like family members' houses and hotel rooms, and I wake my whole family up and send them to breakfast. We've done it all, right?
Yeah, I said, you know what? The best space to go is my car.
Yeah, it looks, the lighting is amazing too.
Thank you. I have my little ring light on, actually.
Oh, you came extra prepared. You
Yeah.
traveled with the light. I love it.
Yeah.
So share with all of us. I mean, you've been in the healthcare industry
Mhm.
forever.
Yes.
What made you even be looking for something, and then how you found Legendary? Like, what was going on that you were looking for something?
I was in healthcare for 20 years,
Mm.
and my kids started graduating high school, going to college, and I figure, you know what? I am going to be lost. I need to do something that is for me. I want to travel. I want to just be able to work remotely, not stuck at home and crying all day looking for my kids, because I've always been a mom to them. And so I've looked into, I'm always on TikTok and I'm seeing people posting things, and I'm like, what is this thing?
What is going on here?
What's going on? And I
And
see
then you watch
all,
one and the algorithm hits, and now you're like,
yes,
what?
yes. So I looked it up, and it took me a little bit to actually jump on. And when I finally clicked the link, I purchased it right away. I signed up and I was hooked
Yeah.
right
Okay.
away.
So how long were you consuming content prior to the $7 purchase?
Quite a while. Probably I would say maybe a couple of months, because I was
Okay.
into starting different kinds of businesses. I became an entrepreneur, and I keep saying, you know what, this is a scam. This is not something that I should be able to do, or it's not for me. It's not something that is for me. And then
What
when I
were what were some of the other things you tried?
um I've tried many things, actually. I've tried Airbnb. I tried Amazon FBA. I've tried drop shipping, all kinds of different things. But I've encountered so many problems. And another thing that I didn't like about it is the upfront cost is so high. You
Mm.
won't be successful with those things unless you have a ton of money, a lot of money. And then if you're willing to lose that money, then it's something that you should do. But but then the number one thing that really attracted me to this is that I can do it remotely. It's I can do it from anywhere. I don't have to be stuck in California or in my home to be able to do this, because it's just going to be me and my husband, and the main thing is that I wanted to be able to travel.
Right. Wow. Okay. So when did you take the challenge? When did you start?
I started it a couple of months ago. Yeah.
Okay, so not long. Did you
Hmm.
start a brand new TikTok account with that at the same time, or did you
Um,
already have a following?
yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no. I actually have a couple account
Right.
on TikTok, and one I switch, and then the other one actually I started from scratch, and I went viral on one of them,
Okay.
and overnight I was like, oh my gosh, like I got 1 million view. I was like, what's happening here?
So, Wi-Fi Mommy, you have 13,000 followers. You
Hmm.
just started that account a couple months ago?
It's the other account actually that went viral, and
Okay.
it has actually more following, and it's also Wi-Fi mommy, I think. There's two
Oh,
Wi-Fi mommy. Yeah, one has underscore in it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it. Wow. Okay, so we dive into the challenge. Get into learning and applying clearly immediately.
Yes.
What do you think helped you take action quickly?
Well, it's the determination for me to be successful in
Mhm.
it, and I am an action taker in nature, and if there's something that I if it's something challenging for me, I have this idea, or I have this motto that everything is figure outable. So
Right.
if it's something that I can't figure out, either I need to ask for help or I need to figure it out myself. But I'm not just somebody that would stop and not do it. Like I am really an action taker, and I think that that's what made me sort of successful in this type of industry, in this type of business. Yeah.
Yeah, there comes a point where you just can't sit around and think about it, right?
Yes, exactly,
You gotta
exactly.
just
Just
take
do it.
action, go. Do it, and then evaluate what's working, what's not working, and then make your next set of actionable items.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly.
Wow. Okay. So in our title, we say you deliver this to your audience.
Uh-huh.
What are you delivering in your content that you feels really built connection?
Yes. So what I feel like in my content is that when I'm creating content, I'm talking to my BFF. I'm talking
Mhm.
to people that I want to help. I'm actually communicating with them. I'm not just trying to just show the possibility. I'm actually talking to them, communicating to them. So when I create content, I talk to them like I'm talking to them in person.
Right.
Like they're my friend. I want to be able to help them, because I truly authentically want to be able to help people and see the what the possibilities are, because I have seen it for myself, and I've done a lot of different things in my life, and when I see something and I want people to be able to see it, I think the only way to do it is to actually communicate and show them and tell them what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, it's how would you talk to a person in real life
Right.
and build a relationship, build
Mm-hmm.
friendships, build a group of friends is really what we have to do online.
Yes, exactly.
And I feel like that really comes out in your content, and you're really authentic to yourself, and you just want to
Thank
serve,
you.
and it's beautiful. And
Thank you.
everybody says, "Oh yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that." And then they dive in, they start making content, and
Hmm.
they get so focused on the sale. They're
Yeah.
now the door-to-door salesman showing up to people instead
Hmm.
of the friend trying to build a connection. And that
Yes.
is a really big difference. How did you stay out of the hole of I'm gonna come across as just salesy and spammy and show up and really ensure that you were serving your audience?
Honestly, like I received your email about that. Yes. And always just put to my mind that I am here to solve a problem. I am here to help you. I am here, my the content that I'm trying to make is to actually help people and to give them value all the time, every time I create a content. Because what will happen is they're going to identify themselves, whatever pain they're going through,
Mhm.
and they will find you as the solution to their problems. So I kind of pinpoint the pain a little bit,
Mhm.
and then put a little bit of lemon and salt into it, and
Okay.
then to make it a little bit more painful, and then I give them the solution. I not give them the solution, but I show them how it can be fixed.
Right. You know the answer. You know the next step to solve the
Right.
pain that you just made them feel again with a little bit of salt in the wound.
Yeah.
I love that
Feel that
description.
pinch a little bit.
You know, you probably go a little further and it helps them identify with you like, "Oh, she knows how I'm feeling."
Yeah,
Like she's not just talking about it. She
exactly.
hit exactly on the emotional chord. I need to listen to her. But you clearly you do it in a way that doesn't offend people. You don't have a bunch of nasty comments, right?
No, no,
You do it
I
from a place
really,
of love.
yeah, I really don't. I tried not to be like, I try not to post anything hateful.
Right.
I don't like, I'm not a very confrontational person. So I feel like if I post something that is offensive to people, it's not really helping people. It's just fighting, it's just fighting, and it's going to come off as, I just want to sell. Right. I
Yeah.
don't want to come off as that kind of person. So
Yeah.
positivity all the time,
Right.
we're in this trying to figure out together.
Oh, I love that. That's great. So, what was your first like week of content?
Hmm.
Just starting out a new channel, um, to help everyone else that's watching. It's such a roadblock for everyone. We sit here and we say we got to have value, got to have this,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
the overwhelm hits, and then they're like, "I'm gonna wait
Hmm.
another week. Let me think a little longer."
Honestly, like I've had like some videos in my phone,
Mhm,
and I've been trying to like figure out like how I'm going to do this, and I've been watching a lot of other people from here, and I said I'm just actually going to post my life and not even talk. I'm
mhm,
just going to put the message out there with text, and you know hopefully relate the message, and they can see, I started from being in healthcare, and transitioning to becoming, a digital nomad. And
mhm.
they can see that I am traveling, or I am spending more time with my family, or just life, because sometimes like we overthink it and then we don't post. So I've decided that, why don't I just utilize whatever is on my phone, and then add like the daily things that I'm doing, and go from there. So yeah, I just decided I'm gonna post, daily lives or whatever it is I'm doing, and just relate the message through the caption, through the whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I
The
love it.
hook.
And that's what's working for you. And
Hmm.
that's what's makes sense for you and your business and it's
Hmm.
working for you, so you keep doing it. And it may
Thank
not
you.
always work with someone else's account, but it works with your audience.
Thank you.
And that's what's amazing about marketing, but it's also really hard for people because they're like, "Wait, I need an exact formula.
Hmm.
The only type of video I can put online."
Yeah.
And you found but there isn't one for everyone.
Right.
right? You got to
Right.
find
Yeah.
what works best for you. And guys, I'm
Yes.
seeing the comments. She has two accounts, Wi-Fi mommy and then Wi-Fi underscore mommy. So they're
Mommy.
both hers. So don't
Mhm.
worry. They're
Yeah,
both
it's
hers.
both
Everyone's
my
like, wait a
family.
minute, which one's
Yeah.
hers? It's in the comments. They're both her.
Exactly.
Go follow them both.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about healthcare, being in that field for 20 years
Mhm.
and wanting something different, wanting
Yeah.
something more. Like,
Mhm.
what was happening there that it just wasn't a fit anymore?
Yeah. So, 20 years in healthcare, I was very good at what I was doing as a
Mhm.
phlebotomist. But it just wasn't enough. Like the income wasn't enough and the freedom wasn't enough for me. And I have always felt like, I am going to be somebody that will bring my family to see the other side of living life, having a better life rather than just working a 9 to 5 job and not being able to travel, always working paycheck to paycheck. I have always felt like I am going to be the daughter that will bring my mom to travel and being able to bring my kids a better life than what I had growing up. And so I said, it's time to take the leap and understand that I do have a talent of creativity or being able to relate to people. I am pretty
Mhm.
warm and people, I can connect with people, and why don't I use that to to my advantage and also to be able to help people around me.
Yeah, like you've just really seen like the struggle, especially with all that we've all gone through.
Hmm.
And the
Yeah.
healthcare industry did not get a break. It got worse,
Exactly.
it was
Yeah,
a
after COVID hit, that's when I realized, oh my God, I gotta do something.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you needed that change. And how did your family respond to you wanting
Oh,
to make a change?
I don't think my mom understands still what I'm doing, but uh, when I one time she was with me, vacationing with me, and I got a commission, and I was like jumping up and down, and she's like, "Okay, whatever it is you're doing, you're doing great. Just keep doing it." And I tried to explain it to her, and she's like, "I don't need to hear that. I don't need to hear that. Just do whatever you're doing, and I'm happy for you." My siblings, I try to tell them about it, but they're still stuck in the job mindset. My
Mhm.
husband is on board, my kids are on board, surprisingly. They're
Mhm.
pretty smart kids and they understand, and they're excited for me. They're
Yeah.
excited for me. I told them I got tired of being in healthcare. It's time for a change, so
Mhm.
they understand.
Yeah, and I think what I want everyone to know, it's okay to make a change. And we can do it at any stage of life. It doesn't have to be, oh, I have to be set with everything that I'm going to do in my life by 25. You can
Yes.
change it 35, 45, 55, 65, shoot,
Yes.
75. I don't care if it's something, we all only have one life.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
okay to make a change.
Mm-hmm.
A little
Yeah.
scary? Did you have fear as you were stepping into this new stage?
Actually, I've gone through a lot of last year. I've gone through a lot of family issues and also health issues for myself.
Mm,
It actually woke me up. Um, just maybe in November of last year, I was just surprisingly diagnosed with like a big tumor inside me, and
oh
I
my
thought like
goodness.
I was gonna die. I really thought I
Yeah.
was gonna die. We waited for like a diagnosis, and then it ended up being benign, not cancer.
Mhm.
And um that was really a wake-up call for me.
Yeah.
And I was telling my husband, like, after going through all these medical things, it's I'm going to do everything in my power to live my life in my own terms, and not have a boss and not have anyone dictate what I can do and what I cannot do, and spend my time, more with family, and traveling, and actually living life for myself, not just, for friends, for family, not for my boss. I'm gonna live my life for myself, because I've experienced, the pain of, like, the fear of, maybe I have something going on in my health, and maybe this is it for me. This is gonna be my last year. But um
Right.
I'm blessed that it turned out not to be cancer.
Right,
So
right, definitely. But it's still, you still go through the emotions.
yes, yeah,
You
it was
still go
very.
through the process and go, crap, if this is it,
Mhm.
am I happy with what I've done?
Yeah, exactly, that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. And am I living my life for everyone else, or am
Yeah.
I doing it for myself?
Yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah, you
know?
never know, life is really short. It can just happen really quick. Like, I never had any symptoms or anything like that, and suddenly doctor is telling you, oh, this is a possibility, and you're just like, what's going on? I'm young. I'm only, in my 40s. So
Yeah, it's scary, right?
yeah.
Totally. I get it. I totally get it. And it is scary. And it's like, no. I have kids. I have future grandbabies to
Yeah.
spoil. I have more vacations to take. I need more time with my spouse or my, whatever it is. Or I haven't
Yeah.
done all the things I wanted to do in life because I was spending all my time at my freaking job that I
Yes.
am burnt out on, you know?
Exactly. And then
Um,
when you're done with you want to ask for vacation, you want to ask for a day off, you can't, that's why I couldn't go to my appointments and do any of those things, because every time you have to ask for appointment, you have to ask for vacation, PTO. Am I gonna get paid for this? So
right.
yeah.
Yeah, I love I've said this even to my kids they're all teenagers. It's a crazy house right now. It's a whole lot of
Yeah.
drama. But we've talked about, when making decisions, there's always two types of older people in my life, I feel like.
Mhm.
Someone sitting on the porch laughing, sharing stories of all their experiences and just enjoying the sweetness of the day and life and everything they've done, or the person that's just bitter and angry and yelling at everyone.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to be?
Right? Of course, I want to be the one relaxing by the porch.
Right? And if you're headed down the one where you're already starting to be bitter, you're yelling at the
Mhm.
checkout lady, you're yelling at the mailman, you're mad at the waiter. Like,
Waiter, yes.
we need to self-evaluate what's going
Yes.
on. Where do we
Exactly.
need to make changes so we're no longer bitter with just life?
Life.
Yeah.
Life. Yeah.
And usually that means there's a change that we're just been scared to make,
Mm-hmm.
scared to step into.
Yeah.
And it can be a beautiful thing. What's your advice for others? Because you've done it. You've had the big career. It wasn't even like a little, like you were like that was a serious profession, and you did it for 20 years,
Yeah, for 20
and
years.
you stepped away.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it seems without any regret, without issue, and you really embraced it. What's your advice to help others do that?
You really identify what the person that you want to be, and accept it and embrace it. If you really want the change, embrace the change and give it 100%. Don't doubt yourself, believe in yourself, because if you do, then if you're the first person to doubt yourself, people will doubt you too. But if you're the first
Mhm.
person to show up and give 100%, people will connect to you. People will identify themselves through you, and they will understand, and they will see what you're trying to show them. But if you're the first one to doubt that, your audience is going to be the first one to doubt it too. So believe in yourself and give it 100%.
Oh, I love that. We got to be our own cheerleader.
Yes.
We are our biggest bully.
Yes.
We are our biggest doubter that lives in life, that exists, is ourselves. So we have to be our biggest cheerleader.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just, and that takes mindset, and that takes work, and that takes daily listening to these calls
Yes.
and podcasts and reading things that are positive and identifying what's good in your day instead of
Mm-hmm.
focusing on what wasn't good. Everybody has moments that aren't great in every single day, but we all have moments that are, even
Yeah.
little ones. Find your wins and celebrate them.
Yes.
I always say that on Decade in a Day when we do that is any win. I don't care
Anyway.
how big or small it is, or you think it's a stupid win. If you're stoked about it, it's a
Mm-hmm.
freaking win. And
Yes.
if you don't want to share it or you don't have anyone to share it with, email me. I'll cheer you on. I'll be the cheerleader that you need. Post it in the group. We will always cheer on all the wins.
Yes, and also that's another thing. Like, if you're surrounded with people that are, doing the same thing as your goal,
Yeah.
it's just so empowering. It's so empowering because when you're celebrating, like I said, when I was celebrating with my mom, even though she was happy for me, I just couldn't like share the excitement because she doesn't really understand what I'm doing,
Yeah.
even though she was happy for me. But when you're surrounded with people in a community just like this one,
Mhm.
it's so empowering, and it's just, the mindset, and you just want to get to where everyone, where others that are successful in this field already, you want to get there and they understand.
It is. And it's all about your circle. And I
Yeah.
come from a large family. I'm one of 7 kids. I'm the youngest. And I have been an entrepreneur since I was 21. Okay. I've gone through it. I've seen the highs, the lows, and everything in between. I've probably gone through it, but they just don't get it. They are
Yeah.
so 9 to 5ers. You stick with your
Yeah.
job, you get your retirement package. And it was a large group of people that are
Mhm.
important to me that I could never share that with. I couldn't,
Yeah.
if I share any win, they'd be like, this is so dumb. Why are you even doing this?
Right.
What is that? And I'm like, so that's about, like, I don't talk about what I do ever when I'm around my family. But I can share it with my husband who has no clue what I'm talking about, but he's
Ah,
like, let's go. I
yeah,
love
let's
it.
go, let's do
Awesome.
it.
And that's what I love, even why I love masterminds so much
Yeah.
with Legendary is because it's like I'm live with all of my favorite people that just kind of are
Yeah.
into the same thing, which is so cool. And that's what's cool about our groups too with Facebook. And I know they feel big, but once you start sharing and connecting and commenting and posting, you start to find your people and your
Yes.
groups. And it's really cool to see, you
The
know?
vibe and the positivity, I've always felt it inside Legendary. All the lessons that I've learned inside, oh, it really changed my life. It truly changed my life.
Yeah, definitely. It's just, and it doesn't end there, which is what's
Yeah.
awesome. It's always evolving, which is
Yes.
so cool. And I think that's also hard for sometimes people that are really stuck to this is my job at my 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
I do A, B, C, and D, and that's all I do. And then I report this on Fridays, and I do that
Right.
for the last 10 years. I'm going to do it for the next 5 years.
Oh my
And
God.
when you're an entrepreneur, it's like, okay, so
Nope.
today you're going to do Z, S, a little bit of T. Tomorrow you're going to focus on A, a little C. We're going to throw in some numbers,
Yeah.
right?
You gotta do this today and this today and this today.
And you kind of have to embrace the change is normal,
Mm-hmm.
would you say?
Yeah.
How do you structure your day now? Because you were used to having that job structure, and I'm assuming you
Mm-hmm.
worked a lot of hours.
I
So
did.
what's your day like now?
So, I wake up and then I think about what I'm going to do for the day for the business. And then I think about what fun things I'm going to do after that. Because I always involve those two things, the business part and then the fun things that I'm going to do. I'm always on the go anyway. So I get things done. I do emails in the morning, create some content. I sit down on my phone. And then after that, I go out. I have to leave the house, grab, breakfast, brunch, by the ocean, or something like that. I
Mhm.
need to be out of the house, and then that's it. The next day, repeat. Oh, before I go to bed, I do some content again, and then so that I'm ready for the next day again, and just post, and yeah.
And enjoy life and
Enjoy
share it.
life. Enjoy life. We're on a road trip right now for 2 months, summer,
Oh my
and I'm
gosh.
able to do this because I'm doing digital marketing. It's so
Right.
awesome. It's been an awesome life. It's been a life changing decision that I did, joining Legendary.
Oh, I love it. I love that you're on a
Yeah.
2-month road trip
I
and
am.
growing a business.
Yes. At
Everyone
the
says,
same
no, you gotta
time.
like bunker down and I gotta spend 10 hours a day and we can't do anything for the next 2 years. That's how brick and mortar is. You're like locked to this brand new business. You can't vacation, you can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a brand new growing, budding business, and you're like, 2-month road trip, let's go.
Let's go.
I freaking love it.
Bring tag my husband. Let's go.
Right? And it probably gives you more content too, because it's
Yes,
just different,
exactly.
different places, different ideas, different
Yes.
people.
I'm sitting down by the waterfall, and all I have to do is film something, and then chop it up and do whatever, and post it and relate my message.
Yeah, definitely. Do you sit down and do a bunch of video clips at one time? Like, do you batch content, or is it every day something new?
What I actually do is I just film. I just film whatever I'm doing. I'm just film
Mhm.
whatever, and then when I'm posting, through TikTok. TikTok is my main social media.
Right.
I just find whatever's on my phone, because I find like when I'm sort of scripted, I can't like I can't
Mm,
relate the message. It's hard for me. I pause.
mm,
Don't I don't do well with scripted. I like to do just random things, and relate the message through either the hook or through the caption, or
mhm.
whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're your own paparazzi, essentially.
Yes.
Feeling now Janice is in the kitchen. Now
Yeah.
Janice is in the car, right? But that's what works. That's what
It's
converts.
real
It's
life.
real life. It's
Yeah, real
authentic.
life.
Like this is what I'm doing today.
Yes.
And let me show you what I'm doing with the video. And then with the caption and everything else, I'm going to give you a really great piece of value and advice
Mhm.
and a tip or some type of edutainment piece
Yes.
is
Yes.
really what your strategy is. And it's
Yes.
working wonders. It's beautiful. I love it.
Thank you.
You
Thank
found
you.
a way that you come across authentic. And that's what's important is
Mhm.
scripting didn't work for you. For other
Mhm.
people, scripting might work. Maybe that's
Works.
what they need to do. But find what really feels good and makes you happy when creating content. And I love that you found that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I
Wow.
think when you're doing it, you will figure out what will work for you. What works for me doesn't work for others, won't work for others. But like you said, I figure out what works for me, and that's what I'm going to keep doing because it works. Why not?
Absolutely. Well, and it's what feels good. I mean, if you're making a certain type of content, piece of content, and it just like feels like a struggle,
Hmm.
maybe try a different type of piece of content.
Yeah.
What you did, you tried doing scripts and it just
Yes.
didn't feel natural. It didn't feel
Exactly.
real. You didn't feel like you could connect with your audience. Um,
No.
you you said goodbye to the scripts. Peace out.
Uh,
We're going to do it this way. And I love that you identified it and then you did something new. And that's what I hope our audience really gathers from this, that
yes.
just don't keep, beating the dead horse. If it doesn't feel right, go
Right.
after it, make a small change.
Yes.
I
And
mean,
people
quit
will feel
your
it.
business. You just make a small change in how you create
Yeah.
content.
Yeah, because if you're trying so hard, people will feel it and they can see it through your content. They can see it through your
Yeah.
eyes, through your whatever movement you're doing. It's not
Mhm.
natural. And they can see, oh yeah, she's just trying to to hook me
Right.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And at the beginning, especially in your strategy, we just can't be selling like a door-to-door salesman
Mm-hmm.
in our content. And I just, we see it every day on our support calls with blueprints and
Mm-hmm.
people wondering what's going on. And it takes putting on the marketing glasses, as Dave always says. I love it when he says that because it's so true. You can look at content emotionally. You can look at content at, you've got to look at it. What is my viewer feeling when they watch this?
Mm-hmm.
What do they see when they come to my page?
Mm-hmm.
And why are they not responding to it? So then
Right.
what changes can I make? Have
Right.
you made adjustments along the way in the last couple months already?
Um, things just, it changes from here. Sometimes I post about my previous career.
Mhm.
Sometimes I post about my travels. Sometimes I post about my family. But one thing in common about my posts is, like I said, it's always just me doing something naturally, or dancing, or like being happy. And I'm just want things to be always positive, nothing negative. Nothing negative in my post. You will never see
Yeah.
anything negative, in my post. I don't fight with other TikTokers. I don't, I'm just like, I'm gonna do me.
Right? It's a happy place to be
Yeah.
because, guys, that's
Yes.
really why everyone goes to social media.
Yeah, yeah. I do. People don't want to follow people that are talking bad about other people, or having
Right.
negative issues. I'm not gonna come to social media and watch somebody who is bitter. I'm gonna be here to be happy, to take my mind off from problems, or real life, or whatever, right?
But I'll give like one bitter post, one angry post, one sad post, because that's real life. But when you got like a whole series where you just come across as an angry human,
Yes.
we got to make a change
Oh,
somewhere,
yeah. Exactly.
right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Like
It is correct.
you have an issue. I
Yeah, I can.
don't want to follow that, and I definitely don't want to buy whatever you're trying to sell
Yeah.
because it's just negative. Like I don't want
Oh,
that.
no negativity here.
To market like
Yeah.
that. I don't want to sell. I don't want to create content. Like that's heavy. That's a heavy weight
Yeah.
to bear every day. And
Exactly.
what a light feeling when all of your pieces of content you put out is positive and happy and energized and exciting and built with connection.
Yes, connection. Number one, connection. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I want people, I want my audience to be able to connect with me, that I am somebody who was working in healthcare, and got tired of the 9 to 5, got burnt out, and that's the real story. I am, and I wanted to spend more time with my family. I That is my ultimate goal, to be able to provide for my family and live life.
Mhm. Yeah, totally. And it just, even in this interview, I just feel your energy, your
Thank
positivity,
you.
and it's contagious. I love
Thank
it.
you.
I love it. Right when I came on, when I popped you on the screen, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm already in love with this chick. I love her.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, what's your advice for anyone that's just starting out? They're like, I'm on day one, day two, day
Mhm.
three. I'm feeling overwhelmed. There's so many things to do. The checklist seems too long. I don't know what direction to take. What's your advice for anyone in that stage?
Really soak in the information,
Mhm.
soak it in, like really sit down there and figure out day one. I mean, the day one video, it was the most amazing video for me. It really opened up my mind, and I just, after watching it, I'm just like, okay, I couldn't sleep. Right, I was so just amazed with the information. Soak in the information, and it will just click. Once you start doing things, it will click. you have to take action too after watching the videos. You have to take action, because if you don't, it's just gonna sit there again. It's nothing's gonna happen, nothing's gonna change. And
Yeah. And I think when you go into this, you have to at least be open to an inquiring mind.
mm-hmm.
Not I'm going to sign up and I know this is not going to work. And you watch
Yeah.
every video in that mindset and you just won't actually absorb what you need to.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it's important, like, you don't need to be ask questions, but at least be open to learning.
Learning. Yeah, you have to be coachable. Even
Yeah.
coaches are coachable. People learn things. No one has it all 100% figured out. We all figure it out together.
Yeah. And it will help you make a better decision either way as you're going through the challenge and going, can I really do this?
Mhm.
That's, that the challenge is that beautiful appetizer that gives you so much information and lets you decide,
Right.
can I really do this? But you have to be open to being in that place to
Yes.
take in the information.
Learning and also absorbing the things, and actually, believing in yourself too. Like that you can do it, because if others can do it, you can do it too. You know?
Yeah, why do you think we have that's really a big, like, society issue? Where do you
Mhm.
think that comes from?
I think it's just that, what they've talked about. Like we were born to be programmed to work the 9 to 5 job, and to do certain things, and, go to college. And, if you don't do this, you're not part of the society. But you
Right.
just have to flip your mind and see the other side of it, and see, you know, have that determination to live a different life, and have that goal to give, your family, or whatever it is that your goal, change for yourself. You have to see the other side of it, because we're just, born programmed to go to school, a-
Mhm.
and learn certain things, and do that until you die,
Right.
and
And
not
then
use your
if we
create.
wanna defer from that plan,
Yeah.
somehow we're wrong,
Yeah.
we're bad, we've failed,
Yeah, exactly, we're failures.
right? Oh, great. Bring it on. We gotta switch what failure means. Failures are just lessons. They're a
Yes.
part of everyday life, and this whole perfection thing is just
Yes.
false. It's a
And
way
I
of
even
keeping you in, this is what you're supposed to do, and
yes,
to
and I
not
even
try new things.
I even tell that to my kids, you have to fail, because if you're
Mhm.
always winning, you're not going to be able to be successful in things, because if you don't fail, you won't be able to figure out things. That is your way to figure out things. Failing is a good thing for
Yeah.
you sometimes.
Yeah. It's, like, okay, so my kids are in this is a little bit crazy sport. It's a little
Yeah.
different, but my kids compete in pole vault in track and field.
Oh, nice.
And the hardest lesson for all pole vaulters to get over is you compete until you miss. You compete until you fail. You could win the meet, but you keep going until
Mhm.
you always end your day on a failure, technically.
Wow.
So having to learn that it's not like you're not a failure.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's so
It's part
hard.
of
It's
it.
hard for teenagers to be like, oh, I sucked today. I didn't make blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you won the freaking meet. Who
Yeah.
cares? Right? Like,
It's part of winning.
right. It's just the next step. You have to keep growing and pushing yourself.
Mhm.
And yeah, fail forward. And
Yes, I
it's
love
a
that.
hard thing to grasp.
I love that. Sometimes you have to embrace failure, because maybe it is what we need to kick us, to be, successful.
To see it more as actually a positive thing that happens
Yeah.
instead of a negative.
Yes.
I
Exactly.
watched I watched a video once that this lady said that when she was growing up, her dad would ask at dinner, like, not how your day was, but what did you fail at today?
Oh yeah, I think I watched something like that too.
Because
I can.
he wanted them to learn that it was a normal part of their day and it needed to be a part of their day. It was the only way they're going to learn. And I
Yeah.
was like, wow, I love that.
Yeah.
It's
I
all
think I
human
watched that,
thinking.
and then they said that, during uh, dinner, the dad would always ask what they failed at that
Mhm.
day, and it's actually so empowering, because then the next question is, what did you do to fix it?
Right,
What did you do to fix it?
right. To just learn how to problem solve.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like, oh, I failed, so I quit. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
how do you adjust? How do you grow from that? What did we
Mhm.
learn? What's the next step? Yeah, perspective can change everything. I love
Yes,
that, Carrie. It's so
yes,
true.
yeah.
It's all about perspective. And I think as society, we kind of have this crazy perspective on failure. And
Mm-hmm.
what a beautiful gift if we can just change it of how we live
Understand
our
failure.
perspective. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah, definitely. All right, Janice, this has been amazing. You need to come back. I want updates. I want emails. I'll be your cheerleader whenever you need it, even though I know you're your own cheerleader like a rock
Thank
star.
you.
But you definitely need to come back in a couple months and give us an update and next steps and all of that. It was just amazing having you on today.
Thank you so much. It's been
My
fun.
pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your 2-month road trip.
2 month road trip. Yeah, we're in Canada right now. We left California last week, and yeah.
I love it. Enjoy. I want road trip updates in the Facebook group. That's what I
Yes.
want. I want Wi-Fi mommy road trip updates.
Uh,
For sure.
I sure will update you guys.
All right. Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, everyone. If you missed any of that interview with Janice, please go back and watch it from the beginning and go give Janice a follow on TikTok at Wi-Fi Mommy. She does have 2 accounts, so it's Wi-Fi Mommy altogether, and then there is Wi-Fi_Mommy. Go give her a follow, give her some love. Let her know in the comments of some of her videos that you saw her on Wake Up Legendary. Dave is back tomorrow with another amazing guest, as always. And as always, everyone, stay legendary. Peace.